A Mercury 150. 4-stroke retails for around $15,000. A Yamaha F-150 costs about $17,000. Both are the most popular outboards in America. Both power more center consoles and bay boats than any other engines on the market. So I bought 5 of each and started pulling them apart on the workbench. What I found inside explains exactly why your dealer pushes one brand over the other, and why the price difference has nothing to do with which engine is actually built better. Before we get into each component, you need to understand something. Mercury and Yamaha both make reliable outboards. This is not a video about one brand being garbage. This is a video about specific engineering decisions, specific materials, and specific failure patterns that show up when you actually open these things up and look inside. The differences are measurable, and one brand made choices that cost you less money over the life of the engine. Number 1. Displacement and weight. The first thing you notice when you put a Mercury 150 next to a Yamaha F-150 is Juarez. Mercury's 150 displaces 3.0 liters from 4 cylinders. Yamaha's F-150 displaces 2.7 liters. That is 12% more displacement, making the same horsepower. More displacement means each combustion event does less work. The engine turns more slowly under load. Long-term stress on bearings, rods, and seals is reduced. And here is the part that surprised me. The Mercury is also lighter, 455 pounds versus 485 for the Yamaha. More power from more displacement at less weight. At 200 horsepower, the gap is even wider. Mercury uses a 3.4-liter V6. Yamaha squeezes 200 horsepower from a 2.8-liter inline-4. The Mercury runs on 87 octane. The Yamaha requires 89. That fuel cost difference adds up over years of ownership. Number 2. The Valvetrain. This is the component that separates weekend boaters from people writing repair checks. Mercury's 150 uses a chain-driven single overhead cam with finger roller followers. That chain runs in an oil bath below the powerhead. It never needs replacement. The roller followers eliminate valve lash adjustment entirely. You never touch it. Yamaha's F-150 uses a belt-driven dual overhead cam with bucket-and-shim valve actuation. The timing belt needs inspection every year and replacement at intervals. The shim under bucket valve lash requires periodic measurement with feeler gauges and adjustment with precision shims. That is a shop procedure that costs real money. The Yamaha Valvetrain breathes better at high RPM. That is true. But for the guy who wants to run his boat for a decade without pulling the powerhead apart, Mercury made the smarter choice. Number 3. Corrosion protection. This is where the teardown gets interesting. Mercury smelts 3 proprietary aluminum alloys at their foundry in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. They call them XK360, A356, and Merc alloy. All 3 contain less than 0.2% copper. Why does that matter? Copper in aluminum is the primary driver of galvanic corrosion in salt water. Mercury states directly that most competitors use alloys with 2 to 4% copper content, which corrode faster. Yamaha does not publicly disclose the copper content in their YDC30 alloy, but here is what tells the real story. Mercury offers a 3-year corrosion protection warranty. They are the only outboard manufacturer that does. Yamaha's warranty explicitly excludes corrosion of any kind. Their own FAQ states it clearly. Your Yamaha limited warranty does not cover corrosion. If you are finding this useful, hit subscribe. I tear apart boat engines and show you what dealers will not. Beyond the alloys, Mercury adds something Yamaha cannot match. Salt Shield. It is a proprietary coating flush through internal water passages and the powerhead to protect surfaces that external paint cannot reach. The Merc cathode system provides active impressed current corrosion protection beyond passive anodes. On the forums, the pattern is consistent. Multiple owners on The Hull Truth report seeing Mercury 150s with 0 corrosion issues after years of saltwater use. Yamaha's F200, F25, and F250 models from 2002 through 2007 suffered a documented exhaust passage corrosion defect. Internal coatings failed. Corrosion breached into water jackets. Repair costs ran $2,200 to $3,500 for midsection replacement. Some required new power heads at $10,000 or more. A class action lawsuit was filed. Yamaha never issued a recall. Number 4. Documented failure patterns. This is the most important section of this video. The question is not whether an engine breaks. Everything breaks eventually. The question is what breaks and how much it costs to fix. Yamaha's F150 has a harmonic balancer assembly inside the crankcase. Part number 63P11500. It uses plastic and fiber gears that wear down, break apart, and fill oil passages with debris. When that debris clogs the oil pump pickup, you lose oil pressure. Camshaft bearings fail. The powerhead is destroyed. Yamaha made 5 design revisions to this part between 2004 and 2012. Generation 1 through Generation 4 all had documented failures. Generation 5, released in January 2012, appears to have resolved it. Yamaha never issued a formal recall, despite the issue being widespread across every major boating forum. Mercury's documented issues are different. Shift shaft stud. Corrosion on 75 to 150 horsepower models. Addressed with a retainer bracket and greasing the linkage every 100 hours. Alternator failures around 300 to 500 hours on early production runs. An alternator swap is a fraction of the cost of a Yamaha powerhead rebuild. Number 5. Electrical output. Mercury's 150 produces 60 amps from the alternator. Yamaha's F150 produces 35 to 50 amps depending on model year. At 200 horsepower, Mercury delivers 85 amps. Yamaha delivers 50. If you are running modern electronics, fish finders, radar, live wells, LED lighting, that difference matters. Mercury also offers idle charge battery management, which automatically raises idle RPM when battery voltage drops. Yamaha does not have an equivalent system. Now here is where I have to be honest about Yamaha. The Yamaha F150 has the longest documented service life of any outboard in this class. Charleston Water Taxi logged 15,515 hours on a 2008 F150 with the original powerhead. That is not a typo. 15,000 hours. Their fleet also ran twin F200s past 8,000 hours. Yamaha engines tolerate neglect better than most. They run 3 to 5 decibels quieter than comparable Mercury models. And Yamaha holds stronger resale value in most coastal markets. A Yamaha on the transom adds to a boat's selling price more than a Mercury does. So here is the verdict. Mercury built a 150 that makes the same power as Yamaha's from 12% more displacement and 30 fewer pounds. It never needs a valve adjustment or a timing belt. The aluminum contains less copper. The warranty covers corrosion. The alternator puts out 60 amps instead of 40. And the documented failures are component swaps, not powerhead replacements. Yamaha built an engine that runs forever if you maintain it properly and caught the balancer revision in time. It holds its value better, it runs quieter, and it has a 20-year track record that Mercury's newer designs cannot match yet. For the guy who maintains his own engine, runs saltwater, and wants the best engineering per dollar spent, Mercury wins this comparison. For the guy who plans to sell in 5 years and wants maximum resale value, Yamaha is the safer bet. That is not opinion. That is what the parts look like when you open them up.